Yeah, good morning, guys. This is me, your brother, your friend, Human Steven, right here on the show today. I will have a very quick one with you guys, and say I'm a little bit sober based on what just happened, and if you see my topic this morning is Faith Aigbe Autopsy result. My final take. Rest in peace. We have been on this for close to a month now. That's the very moment that this thing broke out, that Faith Aigbe, was seen in the car of the Inoge of Roho Friday Ogedaki, and the outcry of the mother, the EBS investigative journalist who actually fooled Edo Lights. I'm going to just make a clear, narratives, analysis of all that happened from the beginning to the point where we are right now, because we have gotten to the final point of the entire process. Okay, guys. So this is what we're going to do, and we all know how they came up with all the lies, the audio, the WhatsApp chat messages, that came from the girl to this boy, and the lies that were being paddled around, and all that and that. And why we, the Niger Watch YouTube and the concerned citizens of Edo State, went into that very particular issue is because of the interview granted by EBS and many other ITV and many other television stations in Edo State, that finally heap the entire problem on the head of the mother of Faith, Aigbe. Okay, guys. And when we saw that, we felt, no, this is not going to be possible. We need to do all we can do to see that the justice prevails in the circumstances. And when there is a murder case, or when there is a case of somebody dying, the first suspect, even according to the investigation that was carried out by leftists, Amawosa of the Niger Watch YouTube, to the police station, the first suspect in every case of death is the last person that the deceased was seen with. And in this case, the last person that the disease was seen with was the Inoge of Roho, which is Friday Ogedaki. So automatically, the mother of Faith Aigbe suspecting Friday to have killed her daughter, it is within the ambit of the law. It was a suspect. She was only suspicious. She couldn't prove it. That was okay. But my take was this: there were a lot of brahas. One, there was 8 months old pregnancy. The second, it was a form of an abortion. The third, there were baby things in the room that allegedly belonging to Faith Aigbe in the house of the Noge. And many people believe the story that the mother actually terminated her 8 months old pregnancy. And I remembered in 2 or 3 of my videos that I did in connection to this very particular case, I said it is impossible, personal impossibility, that any woman can abort an 8 months old pregnancy. That the only thing you can do is what we call inducement. The doctor will induce the woman, induce the baby, kill the baby in the womb, and forcefully make the woman to go into what we call premature labor, where the child will be born as a stillbirth. That's all. Because I have experienced this. That's why sometimes when I talk based on personal experiences. Okay, guys? Now, we said all this, and a lot of people came and said, oh, you guys are lying. The mother was a bad woman. She actually took her child to Abuja. She did this, she did that, blah, 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 blah. Now, let us recap again. Now, before we recap, I'm going to read to you the autopsy, the final autopsy. The result is going to be out today. and the mother is going to send it to us. We're going to send it down to Nigeria. We're going to put it on the screen for all to see what actually transpired. Okay, what I'm doing right now is the final cap, the recap of the entire scenario that is pertaining to Faith Aigbe's death. What was the cause of her death? What are the negligences surrounding her death? I'm going to put out in place. It's not left for you as my, esteemed viewers to actually judge and decide to tell us what actually happened. If what I say is true, let me know in the comment section. If you feel what I'm saying, does it sound well? Let me know in the comment section also, guys. So all this is going to be where, stated and clearly put in place today. You guys know me. I don't have sentiment. Emotion is not attached to what I do. I do what I feel is right. Okay? Now, autopsy done on Faith Aigbe, which was duly monitored. This was from one of us, ROP Blessing, who actually, was the one that we have been doing that before I returned back, to base. Right? I'm in Sweden. Okay, guys, that's what you're going to see a more clearer background here. I'm going to see more. You see, now I cannot go live on Nigeria because I'm here. The network is better, and the other system that I'm having is also working well. Now, this is what I'm going to read this verbatim. Say, while we await the official statement of result, I wish to state clearly and let the Congress know that she died of a natural cause as a result of the ectopic pregnancy. Now, what is an ectopic pregnancy? An ectopic pregnancy is a pregnancy that is formed outside the uterus. Okay, the uterus is what we call the womb of a woman. And when a baby is not being formed outside the womb of the woman, it is called ectopic pregnancy. Okay, it's very dangerous. It can kill because it actually takes a lot from the woman, Okay, but we're going to look at some certain things here that can actually make her to collapse the way she did on that 8th of September year 2021. I'm going to be factual, clear, and easy. I'm going to make some remarkable, examples that will give you, very clear directives as a woman who is watching me today. Please put your comments right there for me because I'm going to be dealing so much. Put your comments right there on me, guys. I'm going to be dealing so much, today on science, on reality and facts. Okay, so I want to see your comments coming in, guys. Just drop it there, drop it there, so I can read them and also follow you on that also. So a pregnancy in which the fertilized egg implanted outside the uterus, like I just said before. That is, what we call an ectopic pregnancy. Okay, and the question is this: why will a baby formed outside the uterus, the womb? Why? One of the reasons is this: there might be what we call infection. The lady might be infected, and that infection would have affected our uterus, which is the womb. Okay, and when that disease already affected the womb, then when the pregnancy is about to take place, the baby will not want to stay there because the place is no more conducive naturally for the baby to inhabit. Now, this is going to be my first question to this Enoge guy. You are a lady you met in school last year or thereabout. You guys became friends. As you claimed, the lady was living in your house. As you claimed, the lady was pregnant for you for 8 months, as going to your claim, which is false right now. I'm going to talk about that later. Which hospital do you actually take this lady to? I've asked this question before. Which hospital do you actually take this lady to? Why she was going through this antenatal of a thing? Which hospital? Do you actually take her to? I asked this question. People came on me, like a bee. Now I'm going to ask the question again, Mr. Enoge, Friday Ogedaki. Which hospital did you actually register this lady for her antenatal? It was no. The reason why I said it was no is because if she was actually going to an hospital, they would have known that the lady and the baby she was carrying was at risk as a result of the position of the baby. Okay? So number one, there's some level of negligence on the side of the Enoge, which in a civilized world is tantamount to aiding and abetting a crime. I'm coming very clearly, guys. I'm coming very good. Now, the fertilized egg can survive outside the uterus. We all know that. If left grow, it may damage nearby organs and causes life-threatening loss of blood, which can lead to death. Now, the autopsy says no abortion was carried out on her as she was still pregnant at the time of her death. No abortion. So somebody should need to explain to me where the audio or the voice note that the Enoge played at the EBS station stating that she went for an abortion and they said her body was very open and fresh. Somebody needs to tell me what or how did they get that voice note? Was it of recent or the voice note was of the past? Do you also know that this ectopic pregnancy can also be caused as a result, like I said, it is caused as a result of what? Infections. Okay, who knows? Who knows, guys, that the first pregnancy that was done, which audio this boy played, the first audio which this boy played was an audio that they used in doing an abortion, unknown to the parents of Faith Aigbe and any other person in the past. Who knows? That was where these all complications of infection that actually led to this, ectopic pregnancy to have emanated from. Who knows? Maybe it was a quack hospital, because if you listen to the audio, it is very clear that the hospital where she went to do that very particular abortion, as claimed by the Enoge, must be a quack. Must be a quack, not a well-planned, organized hospital. I'm not sure. Now, let's go further, guys. Let's go further, guys. I am going to be. Say, now look at what the autopsy says. Observation shows that Faith Aigbe was 2 months pregnant, 2 months and few weeks pregnant at the time she gave up the ghost, and the fetus still in her womb. I'm going to, Tonya, just follow me. Follow me. We're going to discuss this thing very clearly. You're going to understand a lot of things here today. 2 months and some few weeks pregnant at the point of her death. Don't forget, in her mother narratives, she went to her house April 26, 2021, and she forcefully take Faith Aigbe away from Enoge's house. Correct? On that same day, the mother's sister took Faith Aigbe to a nearby laboratory to actually ascertain the story that the mother had, that Faith was pregnant. And the result was negative. Correct? Because based on the autopsy now, the pregnancy is 2 months and some weeks. So April 26th, May 26th, June 26th, July 26th, that is 3 months plus, until September 8th, where she died. So there was no way Faith would have been pregnant, as at the time the mother took her away from the Enoge's house. So the mother was correct that she never knew that the daughter was pregnant. Simple and pure. Because this is over 3 months now, plus going to close to 4 months, that Faith's mother took Faith away from the Enoge's house and took her to the maternal side at Ose. So nobody knew what was happening anymore. Faith was still going to the Noge's house without the knowledge of the mother and the uncle, where Faith was actually residing. Okay, that's fantastic, right? So we have been able to exonerate the mother of she not knowing if her daughter was pregnant. 100% correct, based on facts that is available before us. 2 months and some weeks, 24th April to 8th September is close to 3 months plus or 4 months, guys. So she was correct. Now, let's fast forward a little bit. The Enoge took the journalist. The Enoge even took us. We from Nigeria Watch, led by our brother Lefties Amaosa, into the room that was acclaimed to have belonged to this girl called Faith Aigbe, with baby things being bought. Guys, I want to ask you some questions, guys. If you are buying a baby things for a 2 months and some weeks pregnancy, it means you would have registered a girl in a place called hospital for our antenatal care. We all are mothers and fathers here. We understood how it works. So he needs to explain to us who owns those baby things that they actually planted to deceive the public in order to turn against the mother of this girl. So the fact here is clearly stating there was some conspiracy in what actually transpired on the 8th of September. Now, let's go again. The Enoge also said in this video that Faith washed clothes on that fateful day. She was okay. Nothing happened. I want to shock you guys. When there is an eruption outside the uterus as a result of the ectopic pregnancy, it doesn't kill instantaneously, guys. Prove me anywhere. Prove me anywhere, guys. Something would have skyrocketed that very particular incident that took place. I'm going to explain this. Guys, if you are here, you are not an adult. You're not an adult. Please, I want you to stay clear right now because this is going to be an adult talk. It will be clearly an adult talk right now. Okay? We ladies here and we men here, we know. Those of you are married, those of you are not yet still married, you have a boyfriend or whatever. You know, there are some women that have this womb that normally falls. Okay? If you believe that, just say yes. The women here, you know, there are some of you whose womb sometimes fall away from the position. If you are here, please, I want to get, a reply. If you are here, there's some of you which your womb sometimes falls away from the position where the womb is. Is that correct here? Please, guys, you guys need to reply me so it will help me. Yeah, thank you, Sister Beauty, lady. Thank you very much, ma. Now, if just I alone, that is okay by me. Now, during sexual intercourse, if your womb mistakenly falls from a position, particularly when you are doing the doggy style, okay, but when you are doing the doggy style, you are going to have so much crazy pains as if you are about to give up. Am I correct, guys? Women, if I'm correct, say yes there. You're going to have crazy pains as if you are going to just give up because of the excessive pain that will be involved. Yes, guys? Thank you, Sister Nika. God bless you, ma. Now, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate this right now. Now, when you not think of it of a child who is outside the uterus, and we know quite all right that this child is not going to last longer outside it because a lot of things is going to happen. And maybe on that day, what actually led to that, quick death, the quick death of that lady might be as a result, it was something that both of them were doing. And I'm very sure that they were making love on that day. That was the reason why Faith had no bounties on her when she was brought out of the Enoge's Lexus Jeep. She was stark naked. So I am 100% sure that the collapseness of Faith happened as a result of this. You know the boss of nowadays and the guest of nowadays. Oh, hit me harder, 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 harder. People take all different kind of drugs just to impress themselves. Maybe that was the action they were on when she collapsed. Because now that very particular fetus, which is outside its original domain, have been hit so hard. If they hit your womb and you have so much pain, talk of hitting the fetus itself, which is already a danger to the carrier, which is outside the original God-created domain. So you know what's going to happen. She is going to collapse immediately. Immediately, because this baby is already sucking so much from her. Because there is a normal channel where blood needs to flow into this child, which is within the womb or the uterus. Now, the child left that very particular place. Now, outside its original domain, is now sucking blood directly from another source, which is not the original source being created for that purpose. So the woman is already losing a lot of blood from her, which is going to lead to internal bleeding. And now this guy came and hit her so hard from behind. That can eventually leads to an increase in the rate at which the blood was not gushing out of this lady. They can prove me wrong on this. So on that day that Faye died, there was a sexual intercourse between both of them. It's not a rape right now. It is, an agreed sexual intercourse that led to something crazy. Now, Faith's boyfriend said Faith was 8 months pregnant when the mother took her away from his house. But the autopsy claimed Faith was 2 months and some weeks pregnant. The first part I want to talk here is this. I think in a civilized world, guys, in a sane society, people are saying the Enoge have been vindicated. No, he hasn't been vindicated. Yes, he didn't kill the girl. It has been shown that Faith died of a natural cause as a result of the ectopic pregnancy. But there's what we call misleading information. In the court of law, the Enoge needs to stand trial for misleading the public. The Enoge needs to stand trial for misleading the public. He misled the public into emotional blackmail, deformation of character, and character assassination on the mother of Faith Aigbe because the mother refused. You know, get Friday, you get that. Officially marrying her daughter. You can bear with me, guys, that based on this autopsy, the mother of Faith Aigbe was right all through her refusal. Please, guys, give me like, give me some likes. I just have one likes here, guys. No, this is the one video that we need to get likes on. Please, guys, if you know I'm doing the right thing, just press the like button. Just press the like button, please, guys, as I continue, guys. This is not easy. We are doing a lot. We are doing a lot. Nigeria Watch is doing a lot to see we get information across to you guys. We go extra miles, you know. We spend money, we spend time, energy, resources to make sure that we update you people with what is happening. Can I get at least 20 likes on here? So we have about close to how many people do we have watching me on Nigeria Watch right now? We have 140 people watching me on Nigeria. 140. 140, guys. Come on. Give me likes. 140 people, that's a lot of people, man. Let me, out of this 140, let me get, at least 50 likes. Okay, guys? Just press it. Press it as we continue. Just press this like, guys. This is investigative journalism. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. We are putting our life at risk for you guys to get informations. At risk. Okay? 142 now. You see that? So please, guys, just give me some likes. We are putting our life at risk for you guys to actually get information from us. Okay, if you are there, please just press. Press. Just been pressing, please. Let me see. Yeah, let them press. Let me get some likes here before I continue. I'm only having 2 here. That 2 is not okay for me. Okay, please just press and press. Let me get the number of likes there. Let me be getting likes. Let me just be pressing it. How many likes have we got in there? Mommy Diaspora, how many likes we don't get for there? Mona, tell me. People should tell me, how many likes have we gotten? Okay, 24 likes. Okay. Let them put more. Let them put more. At least we have about 140 something watching us there. So at least 140 now. Oh, 50 likes. Now I continue. Thank you, Jenny. I love this. Now, guys, he said 8 months when the mother took her away. But autopsy revealed 2 months and some weeks. He needs to explain to a competent court of jurisdiction why he had to mislead both the police, the media, and the general public. That is a crime in a civilized and a sane, a serene environment. He lied completely just to gather emotions to himself. As a result, destroying the character of the woman who is the mother of the deceased. Let's move further also again. Now, the question I want the police to actually ask this young man was, why did you, knowing fully well, Faith just collapsed, according to his report, without any issue? That she said she was feeling pains, that was correct. She was feeling pains. But how did the pain start? It's as a result of the sexual intercourse that they went into. So his manhood actually went the wrong way and hit the wrong target and made her to feel pains that caused her to collapse. Because with the new evidence before us as a result of the autopsy, this is the only way. This is the only way she can actually have that automatic or immediate death sentence. The truth of the matter is this, guys. A 2-month-old baby outside the uterus will not kill you so fast, except something happens. Ask anything. Google is out on the internet. Now, knowing fully well that your wife was pregnant, and you took her from all the way from Olobo area that side. You said you took her to one hospital, they rejected her. The reason, I don't know why an hospital will reject a one that was sick. I'm going to put it to you guys today. Based on information and investigation we had, the Enoge did not actually drove the girl to Central Hospital. It was his boss that did drive her to Central Hospital. That's information that was reaching me. It was the boys that actually drove the girl to the hospital. When they got there, because when the girl was home, the girl collapsed at home. She wasn't crying for pain. The girl collapsed before they put her into the vehicle. Okay? She was only collapsed. That was why, yeah, guys, when they saw the girl inside the vehicle, her arms was like this on the back. Look at it. Like this. Like somebody whose hand was tied. Because she was already dead. Because they know, because she was dead, they're going to lie her down. And when they lie her down, it's going to be a little bit difficult. It will be suspicious. Please, on the way and all that and that. So they actually tried to sit her to be seated. She collapsed at home, not in the car. They rushed her into the car and drove. That's why they drove her far away from the premises that they were. So when they got there, they didn't, based on some investigation that we carried out, they didn't go into the hospital to seek for medical help for Faith Aigbe. This, they can prove me wrong. They didn't go into the hospital to seek for help from the doctor. You're going to say, why did I say that? Somebody's going to say, why did you say that? You remember when Faith Mother, sorry guys, when Faith Mother came, after she received that distress call that the daughter had been rushed to the hospital, she went around the entire hospital. The daughter wasn't there. She went to the whole side of Central Hospital. The daughter wasn't there until she called back the number that called her and said, I'm not seeing my daughter here. And the number that said, your daughter is in one of the cars on the parking lodge. Now, they told the security guy, you know what an emergency is, guys? I've worked in an emergency situation. The security, the doctors, the nurses are involved in emergency situation. When there's an emergency in an hospital. Okay? When there's an emergency in the hospital, everybody will know the car who actually brought such a person in, because they're going to be, a rush to save the life of this person. But when the mother requested to know the car, based on the information she got from the caller, the guy who was on duty, the security guy that was on duty, began to check one car to another. It means they were not aware when the car of the Enoge drove in. It means they were not aware of any incident of such. It means they were not aware if even a body was locked in the car. I can promise you, no matter how bad the Nigerian system is, the hospital management will not allow you. I repeat, the hospital management will not allow you to leave a dead body inside a car in their premises. I can promise you that, guys. No hospital will do that. Do you know, in a sane society, guys, a those specialist hospital ought to be sued for negligence of duty? Just that the parents of this girl don't have that financial capability. You sue the hell out of them. Having known the true identity of the cause of her death, you sue the hell out of them. So the hospital knows this, that they will never allow anyone, I repeat, anyone, to dump a dead body in their premises. Do you know the consequences of that, guys? Do you know that? So that proves to you that the Enoge and his boys never contacted anyone, because when they took her away from the home, they thought she was dead. She collapsed at home, not in their car. Number 3, to prove my point, they drove to the place. Enoge said she actually contacted the hospital. The hospital said she should go and take a police report. And he drove back. He drove back with what? With which car? He drove back with which car, guys? With which car? He said he drove Faith Aigbe to the hospital by himself, requested a doctor. He was denied, asking him to go and get a police report. I'm going to explain that right away. Then he had to now drive back to his jurisdiction, which is Atolobo, and report himself. My question is this: with which car? If the Enoge actually came with his boys to the central hospital and drove away, it means they were aware that the girl is dead already. So they came with 2 cars. They left one and they left with the other. So it means the bringing of Faith to Central Hospital. I'm going to explain to you why. The bringing of Faith to Central Hospital was a calculated plan. So, because which car did you live with? If you guys came with 1 car, as you claimed, and as an Enoge, guys, even other Okarele, they have boys that follow them around. There will be boys sitting at the back of your car to hold your girlfriend, or you will be at the back holding her while other people are at the front driving the vehicle for you. I want to say another clearly statement here, guys. No man will be very composed to drive all the way from Olugbo into Benin and properly park his car on the car parking space properly, and went up his cars and centrally locked his car and went away. Faith died of a natural cause, yes, but there are some implications that we need to know. You impregnated this girl. You never took good care of her, because if you have done, you would have known that the baby was outside the original, designated areas. That is crime number one. Do you know why the Enoge went to Benin to dump her body? Because they know if they allow you to be within their jurisdiction, there's going to be war. There's going to be war between the Enoge and the family. So for easiest access to the family, he brought her to Benin. That's the truth of the matter there, guys. When leftists, Amosa went to Enoge's community, they refused to grant interview. Everybody was scared of talking to anyone. Nobody said not even a word to the journalist that went there from Niger Watch. Not even a word was said to the guy. That shows something wasn't right. That shows that there was something that was fishing within the community that they refused to let anyone know. This boy, this Enoge boy, Friday Ogereki, told the police and the press that when the mother took her away from his house, he has not seen her until the last time she came. Is that not true, guys? You listen to that news. And the mother took her away. The only time that 3 days to the time the girl came to his house, the girl sent him that audio that he played. Am I correct, guys? Please, I want to get a response on that now. When he was talking to the press and the police, he said the mother came to forcefully take the girl away from his house. And 3 days to the time of her death, that's when she actually sent him that audio, begging for mercy. Now, let's look at it like this now. If a girl was taken away from your house on the 26th of April, and the pregnancy is now 2 months and some weeks, that means if even Faith was pregnant as at April, which was confirmed not to be true based on the autopsy not the autopsy, sorry guys, the pregnancy test that the parents did on her, assuming that was true, and assuming it was 8 months pregnancy that Faith had as at April 26th, 2021. Assuming the mother actually went and terminated that pregnancy in that same day, that same month. Okay, now, after the termination of the pregnancy, assuming now, underlined. Then, the autopsy now shows she wasn't 8 months pregnant. She was 2 months and some weeks pregnant. That shows after the assumed pregnancy that you told the press and the police, which is a crime because you lied on that oath. You said you never saw Faith again. Until few days to her death, according to you. Okay, now let's look at it from this angle right now. 8 months in April 26th, where she was forcefully taken away from your home. You said there was an abortion. You even played an audio explaining to the police and the press, but buttressing your claim that Faith Aigbe did an abortion without your consent? That part is one question that I want the press and the police to ask this Friday, Ogedari. When, if even that was Faith's voice, which the mother debunked anyways, so I'm beginning to see some truth in that. If even that was Faith's voice, if even that was Faith speaking to you, when did she made that very particular voice note to you? Because the voice note is not in connection to what is on ground today. Because the reality here states clearly that Faith was still pregnant and the baby, the fetus was still in her womb. That clearly states something was wrong. Now, if she terminated her pregnancy 8 months ago, you were still seeing her. Because that's why you were able to now impregnate the girl. She was still seeing her. You guys were still doing what you were doing as boyfriend and girlfriend, or man and wife, or whatever you guys call yourself. But you removed that part. You removed that part because you do not want to be implicated. You knew if you had said, I'll still be seeing Faith after she was evicted or taken away from my house, the police would have had you locked up in a dungeon. In order for you to actually save yourself, you decided to take some part of the story away. This part that you took away is what I want the government and the Nigerian people to ask you of. Why did you take away from April 26th to September 8th the event that took place before her death? You omitted them for a reason, and that is a crime. It has some criminal, colorations. We want to know what was the reason why you omitted this part. We want to know what was your reason why you came up and stage managed a room filled with baby things. We want to know why the hand of Faith was like tied behind her back in your car. We want to know why you decided to abandon her in your car and lock her up for over 7 hours. Despite the autopsy has claimed that Faith died of a natural cause, there was no abortion or any other complications. But there is what we call aiding and abetting. I'm going to say clearly here, guys, that there was some level of aiding and abetting on the part of the Nogi on the death of this young lady. She was pregnant. You know that. Faith refused to tell her parents because she actually loved you. She wanted to make sure that she wanted to make sure that the mother will not come back here again to take her away from your house. I told you guys during that time, I said, with the story that we heard of the bond between the Udogi and Faith, that Faith will never follow the mother to any hospital. How many of you remember that during my broadcast when I was in Nigeria? I told you guys, I said, based on the bond that we saw between these two people, Faith will never, ever follow the mother to any hospital to terminate that pregnancy. Because Faith was ready to die for the Enogi. The autopsy have proved me right again. Many people came and lambasted me, called me all sorts of names, but I knew my instinct is always right. I knew my investigation is not just a play one. I dig deep. I don't talk what I can defend. Okay. She didn't tell her mother that she was 2 months and some weeks pregnant for you. She was no more with her mother. She didn't tell her uncle either, who she was actually living with in a maternal home, I have to say. That shows the level of secrecy of Faith in order to protect the relationship. So somebody needs to ask this Friday Ogedeki, this Enogi of a guy, how did Faith manage to now go to Abuja with the mother with an 8-month-old pregnancy for abortion? If Faith refuses to tell her mother or any of her siblings, her uncles or auntie, about the 2 months and some few weeks pregnancy that she was carrying, not even a pastor. Oh God. Nigeria needs people who will always come out to tell the truth. Even by sitting there alone, you look at case, you will just know that this case, something is wrong with it. The truth of the matter is we don't have journalists in Nigeria again. We have brand envelope journalists. Guys who just hear your side of the story and they write on it without not even wanting to get any information further. But I've been one of those guys. If you tell me something, I go down, think about it, put it down, analyze it front and back, do my little investigation, I come out with my final take. You guys know when we had this enriched room, I said that can't ever be Faith room. I said it on my show. It can never be Faith room because one, Faith is the amebo of the home. I was born and bred in a polygamous home, guys. Faith was the amebo of the house. So the amebo of the house will be living with the oga of the house. Quote me anywhere. The new wife that is sacking the oga does not stay outside the oga's room. Her place is in the oga's room for the main being, for the time being. As far as she has not been officially married to the man. There was no way a girlfriend will come to your house and you will give her a room to stay. It is not possible, guys. I said Faith was living. If even Faith has a room in Enogi's room, or if she has a space, in Enogi's room, not outside the room. So those enraged baby things, like I told you guys, that one of Enogi's third wife just put to bed, based on serious investigation, that she just put to bed about 2 or 3 months before the incident happened. So those baby things, I said it, people were saying, come on, you are being one-sided. No, because my instinct does not fail me. When it comes to issues of this, I hardly Jenny Love, the matter is already settled. It's not left for Faith family, to take the legal action for the defamation of character. They can't do that. Faith's death is natural, so there's nothing the family can do about that. But the family can take legal actions against the Enoge for character assassination and defamation. And they can win the case and get a lot of money from them on that. The Nigerian police also, if they are truthful, they can also charge a Noge for misleading informations in a competent court of law, and they can beat the hell out of him and win him on that. That I can bet my last penny for. But are they going to do that in the kind of country we live in? I don't know. Does his parents have the financial capability to carry out this? I don't know. But on the actual cause of death of Faith, nobody can do anything right now because the autopsy has already proven to us she died of a natural death. Was they not get the cause of her death? We can't actually ascertain because as of today, the negligence of Enoge is not a crime in the competent court of law. Okay, it's not attainable in the competent court of law. It can't be proved the negligence of the guy. So that's just how it is right now, guys. Yeah. Life of Jenny. I also think the death was not, it was natural death because suffocation is natural death. Okay, guys, suffocation is natural death. Because death that was not natural is one that actually have an external an external non-natural support, which this was not true. At the time she collapsed, there's what we call the I don't know if you guys have heard of what we call partial death. There was no bruises in her body, no bruises. All they saw was an excrete. The excreta shows that she died of suffocation. Simple and pure. That's what you're going to get when you are gasping for breath. Okay. I want to tell you why I believe that she collapsed at home. There was a time my wife was really sick. She actually had this what's it called? Anytime I remember this, I feel very very depressed. Leukemia, cancer of the blood. After the therapies and all that she was good. When the therapy comes in like that, they had to drain all her blood from her body, to take away all her cells. She was living with her cells for about 1 week plus. So it was really terrible time for her. And in one of those days, we went for the regular checkup at the hospital. Thank God it happened at the hospital, guys. While we're there, she fell. She fell and collapsed. The doctor called it partial death. She was not breathing, but the heart was still working. Yeah, I've experienced it. So some of the things I say is what actually I've experienced on one-on-one. She was not breathing, but the heart was still working. So we had the doctor rushed on her right here in Sweden. And about 2 or 3 hours later, she was revived back to life. And she's hale and healthy, strong, beautiful. If you go to my Facebook page, you're going to see her in everywhere around that area. So I've experienced this. So what I saw in her, that's why the very first day I said, Faith collapsed at home. She wasn't dead. Faith died out of suffocation while she was locked up in that car. Something went fishing outside them not doing anything to her. You can't lock, even a dead body can be locked in a car. For goodness sake. A girl you claim you loved, you are afraid of being arrested. What the heck is he talking about? What the heck? What the heck? These are things the police needs to do investigation on. You were afraid and you drove her all the way from your house down to the hospital. Getting to the hospital, you were not scared and locked her up for 7 hours. Does that sound okay to anybody? I will encourage a mother to take heart. The incident has happened, and I want to advise our ladies here. If you are not married yet, and your mom or your dad is saying, "Don't go there," don't go there. I'm a man. I will advise you to take a pause. I'm not saying don't go. Take a pause. Try to ask your parents why they are asking you not to continue with that relationship. Try as much as possible to ask questions. Don't just say, you don't have the right to tell me we are not living the jet age. My dear sisters, what your mother will see sitting down, if you like climb the highest mountain, you won't see it. If Faith had listened to the candid advice of her parents and her uncles, I am certain that today she would be alive. Because she wanted a ready-made. As a Nokia, she had at his disposal. So I'm very sure she must be giving some few naira here and there on daily or weekly basis. That's what this Okarele, the Ohens, and the Nokia does. Okay, those young ones who entices this lazy women. We have it today in Edo. But in our state, our women are lazy. Our guests are really, really lazy right now. Our guests are really, really, really lazy right now. That's the truth, guys. I was there for 9 months. They are hell lazy. They only follow anything that is in naira or in hard currency. It is so pathetic, guys. If she had listened to the advice of their mom, yeah, she was pregnant, but 2 months and some weeks, not 8 months. The baby was still in her womb at the point of her death. You just watch my video from the beginning. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Mommy Diaspora. Mommy Diaspora says, let me put that up. Mommy Diaspora said, no matter what the autopsy says, the so-called Enoge have a lot of questions to answer in regards to the audio, the baby things, and the 8 months pregnancy he said was aborted by the mom at Abuja. That is one thing I'll be talking about. That's what I'll be saying. That's my point. Despite the autopsy says otherwise, he has to tell us a lot of things because this is misleading information. Assuming that we didn't cry out, the Edos in diaspora didn't cry out. The concerned citizen of Edo didn't cry out. Nigeria's YouTube didn't cry out on this very particular incident. What do you think would have been the fate of Faith's mother today? She was already stigmatized as a bad mother. How will the Enoge clean up all this? How will the Enoge clean up all this that she has said or he has said against Faith? How? Uh, Irene, she didn't go for any abortion. That's what I'm saying now. The guy just lied. That's why we are saying now that there are a lot of things that Enoge needs to explain to the world. The 8 months pregnancy, the baby things, the purported abortion, the audio, and the WhatsApp what's it called? The WhatsApp chat between himself and Faith. The Enoge needs to explain that to the public, where he got those informations from. Yeah, Tracy Obedes as it sad. Did you say our death is natural? Based on the autopsy today, yes, ma. Faith died of a natural cause, according to the autopsy. There was no abortion. There was no bruises. She had what we called ectopic pregnancy outside the uterus, which is dangerous if not taken care of immediately. Because that's why I said there were negligence on the side of the Enoge. You ought to have known that, and that baby would have been aborted immediately by a good doctor, and Faith would have still be alive today. And the result of this ectopic pregnancy is always when there is infection in the uterus. And a man like Enoge who had 5 wives, I mean 4 wives at home, and know he's going to have a lot of concubines apart from Faith. So John Thomas is jumping into every hose. So definitely the complication that actually led to that very particular incident actually came from him also. Because I know Faith was faithful to that guy. If she wasn't faithful, she would have had so much, attachment to him. Faith was faithful to the guy, but the guy wasn't faithful to Faith. So this just jumping around actually, gave Faith the head that she finally had that led to the baby living where the baby is supposed to be, and now start forming outside the normal domain that the baby was created for. Okay. Yeah, life of Jenny. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying now. That's it. Because that's what happened. Because when infection enters the body and it takes too long in the body, when infection becomes too long and the one it destroys a lot of things in the body. That's what happened to Faith. Okay, that was what happened to Faith. The infection will be there, and the Enoge never really care about it. Neither do Faith also. So that was what happened. Really happened, guys. So which of the result, the one did by Enoge family or Faith family or the police, they were all together. It was all together. The three families were there. The police were there. Enoge's family were there. Faith family were there, and also the concerned citizens were there, and also some other people like Ferres, was also there, right there, and Faith and the Blessing Ago, they were all there, when that very particular autopsy was carried out. So there was nothing like a back door on what happened on that day. It's a Nogi Friday Ugidaki of Uhoro community at Ipobaoka local government. That a girl was found in his car dead. Now we want John 18 Nosa say, "Good morning, Nigeria Watch. Please, what about the excrete that was found all over her?" That's why I said that the excrete as a result of her struggling for her last breath. It always happens. It's of her struggling for her last breath. That's why I said there is a result of suffocation as a result of her being locked in the car. That when they brought her in, she wasn't dead. She wasn't actually dead when she was brought in, but she collapsed, and maybe they didn't know. Okay, maybe they didn't know. So that was just the thing there. Beauty Edokbolo says, how can a man married more than one wife be faithful? That I don't know. Some of them are faithful, but this Inoge own, I think, these young men, there's something wrong with them. Okay. So, mommy, that's why I said the Inoge is using 20 lies to cover one lie, which means he knows more than what he's telling the public. That is fantastic. That I believe that. Okay, that I believe that clearly. So that's why we all need to always come out to stand for the truth. If we never defended this lady, maybe today this lady would have been would have been would have been uh, would have been dead and forgotten by now. Nobody would have believed her. Nobody would have believed us. But we believed the parent. But we came out to actually speak on her behalf, and that actually gave rise to what we saw today. That a lot of things now came out. The stories are now getting clearer. People are now know actually what actually transpired and all that and that. So if you have more questions, please just throw it in. I have 10 minutes to go. If you have more questions, just throw it in, please. And if you want to contribute to this show, yeah, you are free right now. I'm going to put the telephone number up on the line on the show now, so we can also give our own contribution. So that's going to be the telephone number we are going to call for this very particular show. Okay, guys. So we're going to have 10 minutes to go. The Noge is still at the police station. We don't know what is going to happen to him after this autopsy, but as of yesterday, he's still at the police station at the homicide division of the state CID. Oh, my gosh. May our soul rest in peace, perfect peace. Amen. Please, guys, always take your parents' advice. It helps a lot. Stay off sugar daddies, guys. Thank you, John Etinosa. We appreciate that. That's a very good advice to our guests. Please. Also, so that you will not become, a case of abandonment in a car. Somebody says there, he said, in all, young women should learn contentment because faith had a job. Being a teacher is a good job. But I guess today they want to buy for 13, they want to buy a straight bone, what is it called? Bone straight hair, be straight bone hair. I don't know which one they call it inside, And that actually leads to some of the things that we are seeing today. Yeah, thank you, Mr. John Tinosa. We appreciate you. Please, guys, just call in if you have any contribution or any question. Please call in. We have 7 minutes to go, guys, so we can get that done, and we'll be off from here today. Okay. Please just drop your comment there or just call right now in, or you can also send me a WhatsApp message which I can read out and the people can hear you, if there is any. Okay, guys. Okay, I think we are done for today right now. At the absence of no other question or contribution, this is really sad moment to the family. This is the reason to everyone must, let me put it up. See, this is really sad moment to the family. This is a lesson to everyone, mostly the ladies at there. Let them learn from this issue going on. Yeah, guys, they should learn from this issue going on. Let them learn from this issue going on. Let them learn from this issue going on. Please let every ladies try to be independent. Work as much as you can. And also try to take off yourself. Okay? Don't wait for the man, guy, ladies. Don't wait for the man. Don't wait for the man. Don't wait for the man. Please, guys, take care of yourself. Very, very important. Okay. Listen, let me advise you guys. This lady's here today. If you're not married and you're operating the boyfriend and girlfriend team, you all know quite all right that most of the boyfriend and girlfriend are not, most of your boyfriend and girlfriend are not, I'm going to use the word now, are not faithful to each other. You guys know that. If you believe that, say yes or no. You know that most relationship today, both boyfriend and girlfriend relationship today, there is hardly faithfulness on both sides. If you believe that, say yes. In Nigeria today. If you believe that, say yes. Thank you, Vivian. They are not faithful. Guess today in Nigeria today, they have 5, 6 boyfriends. The boys also have 5, 6 girlfriends. If you like, don't believe me. It is at your own detriment. So that is why, if you are dating a guy and you just believe he's dating you alone, you're joking. You just that he's smart. If you are dating a girl, you've not been able to cut her because she's smart. So the only thing you will do is to actually, okay. Hello, caller.
Hello, brother. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Please, please, I just wanted to ask you for something. I don't know if you can assist me, please.
Okay, what is that?
Please, my younger brother is in South Africa.
Okay, can you call me back after the show? I'm on the show now.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Sorry, guys. So guys, if you are dating a guy and you are a lady, I want to tell you that most men hardly get infections because they do not actually receive. I don't know if you understand what I mean now. Most men hardly get infection because they do not actually receive. They are always the giver. And also, the process of receiving and giving, that of the woman is more open than that of the man. So, if you're a lady, I will advise you to always go for medical checkup on a monthly basis. On a monthly basis. It's for your own good. It's for your own good. Do you know today there are many of our guests that are HIV positive? They don't even know. Many of them have very deadly infections that is affecting them today. They don't even know. Because they don't care. They just believe the guy is faithful to them and they are not faithful to the guy. And all they think is just iPhone 13, bronze straight hair, whatever you can call it, looking shabby, drinking all sort of useless herbals to just get their bobs and their bombs, up. That's all they think right now. They don't think of their head anymore. It's an advice. Faith Aigbe issue has made us to understand that you need to always go for a medical checkup to save yourself from a time like this. There are some infections that will not be, if not treated on time, it has not become part and parcel of your body. It might last eternity in you. Many women today are unable to get pregnant. It's as a result, some of them as a result of infection. We put it on the witches and wizards. I am telling you today based on fact and figures. Not all of them. Many of them is as a result of infections that have grown in them and have become so enormous inside of them that it destroys anything that they come in contact with. If you think I'm going, ask questions. Okay? That's just the truth right now. Many. I've spoken to many people who claim they have one issue or the other. If you not trace back, the issue have been there even before God knows when. Hello? You want to contribute? Yeah, good morning. Are you contributing to the show? Okay. Let me put you on speaker. Go ahead.
Julio, thank you very much.
Okay.
You are saying the truth. A topic can erect anytime. Once he erects it, direct major operation. So they when they get to the hospital, they would have rushed her down straight to a good hospital to do operation for her. Not by locking her in the car. That's where they kill her. Because that's where they kill her place. It's major, ectopic is major operation. Under 2 hours when you get to the hospital, the operation is done. It's major. It happens to my wife.
Okay.
She was in the bedroom, early in the morning, went to go to work, she collapsed. I rushed her to General Hospital. Dr. Lawani was there. He took her in for major operation. I had to go and look for blood anywhere. I got 8 pints of blood for her. My own wife, she's still alive today. She has 4 children for me. After that, she had another 2 children for me. After the ectopic.
Okay.
So it's not carrying 1 womb, not 2 womb. It's carrying 1. That one is leakage. There's leakage. When the womb bursts, the blood will not be going to empty stomach. It kills instantly if you don't take good care.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you are right. You know what you are saying, my friend. God will bless you.
Thank you very much, sir.
I know the president has question to answer. That's what we want to find out.
Yes.
He's going to pay for this guy's death because he killed the girl. You can tell me a natural death? No. He locked her up in the car. That's where he killed her.
Yeah, good. I think I love this contribution, guys. You know, this is a man. Sorry, sir. This is a guy who actually had, witnessed the same thing. So
it happens to me. It happens to me. I rushed her down, and she's still alive today.
this,
So the guy was careless. I don't care. He locked him up in the car. He killed him. He locked her up in the car and killed her. He's the one who killed her.
that's a strong a point he just made there, and I've said it before.
Why? Because of lack of experience, and he was afraid. That's why he locked him up in the car. You are correct. You are blessed in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So guys, you saw that now. What about just saying that was the truth right now? He had experienced the same thing because this is not a story now. This is a fact that actually happened to him. So the wife had the same thing that we're just talking about now. When it erupts, you collapse. You collapse. You collapse. Because he knew he loved his wife. He was ready to do anything. And when he took her directly to the hospital, they knew immediately and they did a major operation on her. She's alive today and she had actually given him 2 kids after that very particular incident. You get that, guys, now? So you will now understand, my point, why I want a more thorough investigation on the issue. She collapsed. You thought she was dead. Then you lock her in. Then you get her suffocated. That is my point. Please, guys, I think we are done for today because no more contribution or questions here. I want to say a very big thank you to you all. Thank you, every one of you, for your time and your energy that you always put up when it comes to issues that have to do with Niger Watch and Humanist TV. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. I am back again to give you information based on fact and figures. And I will be coming back to do politics later in the day. Today, this moment, I need to talk about faith issue. Later in the evening, I'm going to do politics. I'm going to talk about the position of the Northern Elders Forum on the 2023 presidency and other related issues that have to do with that. I think I'm having a caller here. Let's check this. Hello, sir. Please, can you just reduce your device, sir, so that you talk to us? Okay, then. Go ahead.
Okay, so in my own opinion in this matter, I think the boys locked that girl up and tied back her hands so she won't be able to open that door.
Okay.
You understand? Because I think she was not dead when they brought her to the hospital. So they should ask Enogi where her hands was tied up in the back. You understand me?
Okay.
So that's my opinion. So if you guys have interview with Enogi, you guys should please ask Enogi that where her hands was tied up in the back. So I think she was not dead. That's why they tied her hands back. So she won't be able to open that door. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Another caller is saying she wasn't dead. Okay, somebody just said now, Unwango Sandra said this same incident happened to me here in Italy, sir. It is a very deadly experience being pregnant outside the uterus. Yeah, we know, ma. That's what we are saying. That's what we want to know what actually happened. The Diaspora says, my take is Enogi is responsible for the death, autopsy or no autopsy. Yeah. We being responsible outside. Listen, guys. Now, be responsible outside. There are 2 ways of you being responsible for the death of someone. It can be a natural death, but with some coloration of somebody getting involved. That's where we are holding the Enogi. We're holding the Enogi accountable right now. That's why we're asking a lot of questions. What was he hiding when he was talking to the press and when he was writing his statement at the police station? That he omitted him having any further relationship with Faith Aigbe after she was taken away from his home on April 26th. Because it was that vacuum that Enogi had to fill up with the lies that he gave to the world. He took away the part, that vacuum, and filled it with lies that he sold now to the world. Why did he have to lie? What was the reason behind him lying to the people? That is why we are believing that the Nuge has a hand somehow, either directly or indirectly, to the death of Faith Aigbe. Why did they have to lie in order to stigmatize the mother who was vehemently against him having anything to do with the daughter? Because when he took away April 26th to April 8th story, or to April 5th story, away from the whole history, he plotted his own into it. The one he only plotted to rob and tarnish the image of the holy woman that was against his relationship to her daughter. Why did he have to do that? Why did he have to take away his constant meeting, his constant sexual intercourse with it, even when she had been taken away from the home to the point of her death, and infused the story of 8 months pregnancy, the story of baby things, and many others? Okay, now this is a woman that I've also had the experience. This is what she's saying right now. We have people here, they mark him, and the woman came and said, this one, I just read a comment before, said, Faith got collapsed at the Noge's house, and he thought that she was already dead. Just like what the man who just contributed said also, that the wife collapsed while she was taking a bath, ready to go to the hospital. I mean, she was ready to go to work. She collapsed. And this woman also have also experienced the same thing. He's saying Faith got collapsed at the Noge's house, and he thought that she was dead. So he uses his boys to package her body into the car and drove her away from his house. See that now? So this is the true nature of the story. He thought Faith was dead, because if you have what we call collapse, that's what a collapse, you don't breathe anymore. Your heart is working, but you stop breathing. That is a severe, it's a near coma situation. It's a near coma situation. Not faint. There's no between fainting and collapsing. If you faint, they will use water to wake you up. But if you collapse, you need oxygen and some other agents to be revived. It's a near-death situation, guys. And that is what ectopic, pregnancy can cause when it erupted. Ask anyone. Ask anyone. That's what it causes when it erupts. So he thought that the lady was dead. He didn't get to the hospital. This I can bet my liver for. He thought he was dead. She was dead, and he knew the consequences if the parents knew that they were still meeting. So he had to package her away from his house first and sit down for 7 hours. Because we don't know when, guys, you know that nobody knew when Faith arrived at the hospital with the car. Nobody knew. Nobody knew when they decided to call the mother. Nobody knew. Okay? Nobody knew when they called the mother. Nobody knew when the corpse was, the collapsed body was brought to the hospital. Nobody knew when they called the mother. Nobody does knew. So that shows clearly that the Enoge would have taken the girl to that place, locked her up there, and then go home and plan. Let me also show you guys for you to understand what I'm saying. Okay, somebody's coming in again. Yeah, hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, can you listen carefully to me?
Yes.
It's, with my investigation, hello?
We are hearing you.
With my own investigation, it's not the Enoge that took that child to the hospital. The guy, Obasui, that phoned the father. Obasui that phoned the father is the guy who take that girl to the hospital. And the police were around. Obasui has something to say about this matter. We know it's natural death. He know what transparent along the line. The Obasui that phoned the father mentioned the name.
Okay.
So, you guys have to explain. With my little investigation, he knew what happened. That guy knew what happened. Because when you are a man, when a child is a child of a human being is dead, if you have little money, spend it. Because the money can die anytime. The money goes. But you want to get the truth. Well, we sincere in life. Sincerity pays a lot. If assuming this guy rushed this girl to the hospital, she would have been alive today.
That's true. That's true.
Because he only loved the girl. He only loved that girl because of the mother. He only loved the girl because of the mother. So he was just playing hanky-panky with her. Because if he loved her, he would have been in that car at the seat back with the wife, with the girlfriend. He won't allow another person to go and see the pussy he enjoys every day.
Oh.
So he doesn't care. He's an idiot. He has better to answer. He did not take the matter up. I am not man who sent money to the mother of that girl to take him up.
Yeah, there's a question here. So then how did her body ends up inside the car of the Enoge if it was not the one that took her to the hospital?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I told you that Obasui, the guy that drove me to the hospital, knows about it.
Okay, this Obasui is very close to the Enoge.
He is the person that phoned the father of this guy.
Okay, so sorry, sir, not Enoge that phoned the father.
No, you listen carefully to the father's statement.
Yeah, so you see why the Nigerian police are so funny. You know, somebody called, another person called, and the Enoge said he went to the police station to go and report himself.
Hello,
yeah, I'm listening.
The first video, if you listen to this statement of the father when they went to interview them, the man said that one of us, he now asked, who are you talking to me? He now said, one of us, that is what the father said. We play your video when I went to interview the father too.
Okay, I'm going to do that again.
When you do that, you will see that it's not a Enoge that phoned the father. It was another person else that phoned the father. And the father gave the name of that person. That person know what happened. Through my investigation, that guy know what happened to Faith. I know she died natural death according to autopsy. But something happened along the line.
No.
That's what we should say.
Yeah.
I should ask that guy question. That guy will explain more.
Yeah, but the Noge, sir, but the Noge was aware of that guy coming to that place with his car and the gay inside, right?
It's one of his boy.
He's a Noge's boy.
They are his boys.
Okay, fine. Now we understand right now. So now we got your point.
People that should tell the police, go play your video back when you went to interview the father and the mother. The father's statement, you should use it. That guy who told the father, know what happened. I'm not lying.
Okay, that's good right now. Now I get this. Now I'm going to play that video again, and also I'm going to try to.
The father mentioned the person that owned him. He mentioned the name.
I'm going to do that. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your contribution.
Yeah.
So I think what the caller was trying to explain is this: the Enoge was not at the hospital at all. His boys drove Faith Aigbe's collapsed body to the hospital. So, but he lied that he was the one that was there. And based on the interview that I went, I think I missed that place. Maybe I didn't hear that very well. When the father said it was once somebody that called him, not even the Enoge. So that shows that the Enoge had no. This college trying to say that the Enoge had no sympathy. He was not really interested in Faith being alive or dead. And that I've already said before. That is what we need to actually go and do proper, investigation on. Why was Faith locked up in the car? If you remember when the mother was talking with the EBS, she said when they received the call, they ran to Central Hospital. When they got there, they ran into the hospital requesting for Faith, whom they said was seriously sick. They never told them that Faith was dead. Based on her mother's interview with EBS. Now, when they ran there, they not said there was no body like that. Then she now called the man again. It was man that told her, yes, that your daughter is in one of the cars at the parking lot. That's where they started looking from one car to another before they finally found the car of the Enoge parked somewhere, not even close to where you can see it easily, based on the mother's narration. It means from the time they called the mother, nobody knows when, to the time the mother came to the hospital, nobody knows when, and to the time that they started looking for the cars, nobody knows when. The woman only said that it took them between 7 hours before they allowed the car to be broken open by the police. So if you now add a time in which they drove her into the hospital and the time they planned what they planned before they now give the mother a call, to the time where the door was not broken open, that would have been around 10 or 11 hours. That was why, because anybody, ask anyone, if a body dies, it takes about 10 to 12 hours before the body becomes stiff. It takes about 10 to 12 hours before the body becomes stiff. That the way the body that they now said they were not forcing our body to now, it takes about 10 to 12 hours before the body becomes stiff. So that the bones, all the veins have already collapsed. Okay, all the veins have collapsed, everything have collapsed completely. When someone dies, the heart doesn't stop automatically, it doesn't give up automatically. That's why in Europe today, if your family person dies, they can still extract the heart and some other vital organs in our body or in his body to be used to save others who are also at the point of losing their life as a result of his organs. It happens in Europe. Why do they do that? Because the moment the person gave up the ghost, so there is a possibility that most of the organs are still working. Okay? So for her to be stiff, that they had to now force our legs to stand and all that and that. That shows she was locked there for a longer time than when the mother was called. Because I know the man who called the mother would drove Faith there and drive back home and relax, and they planned before they gave that call. That's the truth, guys. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys today. Wonderful day for all. Please catch me later in the evening again as I deal on the 2023 presidential election. The Femi Fani Kayode, the man who actually betrayed Nnamdi Kanu and Sodibaho, and many other issues that we are going to put on board. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. Please share this video. Let it go viral. Let people hear the last take on Faith Aigbe's death. Thank you, Naija Watch. Thank you, all our esteemed, Naija Watch family. Thank you, Lefty Simon Musa, for your time throughout this case. Thank you, Ago Blessing, Ferez, my sister, Kola Edokpayi, and every one of you guys who actually join us in saying that justice, that the name of Faith's mother was redeemed as a result of the allegation that was put on her. I want to advise the mother of Faith to take a legal action against the Ndoge for defamation and character assassination. Yes. She can win that in a competent court of law with the brokers from EBS. She can win that case, and she can get a lot from the Ndoge. I know money don't buy someone that is dead, but at least it can be a form of compensation for a loss. Thank you, guys. This is me, your brother, your friend, Human Steven on the show. I'll say a very big thank you. Bye for now until we see again later today. God bless you and have a beautiful day.